Hello everybody. Sorry I've been away for so long. My last final just ended moments ago. I turned it in just a few minutes ago. Well, I guess actually it's 8:44 now. I turned it in at 8. So, it's been a little while. Been trying to calm down since then. Trying to get more content out. That's you guys know the whole story. Can't do content, whine, blah blah blah. But I wanted to say a couple of things today about switching between free software products. And I just want to say that really quickly, and then I'll go on to the second topic, which is just going to be YouTubers I really like. I've been watching during this semester that I enjoy. Also, I'm about to sniff. I apologize for my disgusting human noises. I'm having allergies really badly, and the pollen here is really bad, so I apologize in advance. I'll try to edit all that out as best I can. So I recently installed OpenBSD on my one of my main machines. This is not that one. This one is still. Do I have NeoFetch on here? I do. This one's still Kali, as always. On my other one, though, I installed OpenBSD. And I was talking to someone about installing OpenBSD, and they said, "Oh, why did you switch?" And I thought, that's a really stupid way of thinking of things. Because when we're talking about free software, switching should not be a binary operation. You should just change what you're using at the current moment. So when I think of switching, I think of those old Mac and PC commercials where John Hodgman and a guy from Accepted are talking about, well, here's why you should use my product over my product. Oh, but my Mac is better for this reason. It's kind of, you know, embarrassing at this point. Like back then, it made a lot of sense because they were really competitive, but now there's so many other options. It's kind of like whenever people argue about whether you should use Arch versus Debian. It's just like it's not a realistic. It's not a switch. It's not like an actual binary switch. Like when Apple tries to do it, they try to get you sucked into their Apple ecosystem. So when they say switch from Windows, what they mean is buy only Apple/Alphabet products going forward, meaning an iPhone and a Mac, an iMac, a weird TV thing they do. I don't know what that's called. They have pencils now. That's what they mean. In the context of free software, I think what we should just mean is using at the current moment. Because these things aren't in competition. That's the entire design. The design is meant to be free and freely usable at any time you want. It's not like a financial investment, thankfully, to switch in air quotes between a Linux and or BSD system. However, I have installed a BSD system. My next video will be on BSD. I installed OpenBSD 6.9, which so far seems to be just fine, but I installed it on a much more resource constrained machine. So I think I'll be using FFmpeg, which actually that relates to who I'm about to talk about, instead of OBS to record my screen and my audio. We'll talk about that in a second. So I wanted to say, like I said, I've been busy. I've been doing a lot of work, a lot of school. It's over now. I'm in the summertime, so I will hopefully be able to make more content. But I wanted to share some of the videos or the channels of people who I've watched during this time. And these people, they're not going to care. They're not going to care at all. I'm hoping that at least one person on my channel, I don't have very many subscribers, but I'm hoping at least one person will not know of these people, all three of them, or four of them, I don't remember actually the number, we'll see in a second, and get something out of it. These people all have way more subscribers than me. There's probably a lot of overlap, in fact, probably total overlap, but let's do it anyway. Who cares? So, there's this YouTube channel called Old Tech Bloke. Now, this guy is I'm doing these in order of reverse precedence, by the way. You can see the spoilers up there in the headers. Sorry, I didn't think to hide that. I'm doing these in a reverse order of precedence. You should watch these channels in these orders if you hang out on the Linux side of YouTube. And what I mean by that is, Old Tech Bloke is a great example. So Old Tech Bloke, fantastic channel. He does everything DistroTube does. However, in my opinion, he oftentimes is more entertaining and has a bit more perspective on things from a technological point of view. I'm not trying to downgrade or diss DistroTube at all. DistroTube's a fantastic channel. In fact, he's the only reason I have over 100 subscribers, thanks to that one call out he gave me, which I deeply appreciate. But this guy only recently, in the past year, has blown up. Before this, he was kind of a nobody. And I don't mean that in a rude way either. Gosh, I'm just coming across as rude. He just didn't have very many subscribers. But he does a lot of window manager videos, a lot of Linux distribution videos, as you can see here. If you're just listening, I'm just scrolling through his videos at this moment, and there's videos right now. I've just stopped on Stepping into the Void, which is talking about installing Void Linux, talking about how to install Arch, who are Linux users, Ubuntu DDE. I don't know what that is. I haven't seen that video. What is Ubuntu DDE? Well, whatever. Doesn't make a difference. First BSD installation. Oh, I'm about to do that. Oh, there we go. Okay. So he does videos like this, very DistroTube-like, but I think he's been around longer and doesn't have as many subscribers for a reason that is completely unknown to me. So second, if you've seen my channel, you've almost certainly seen Brody Robertson's channel. Brody Robertson's channel is fine. It's okay. I'm not a big fan, and I don't mean that in any way other than this. He has another channel called Tech Over Tea, which I find vastly superior to his main channel, and for some reason it only has 569 subscribers as of the time of this viewing. I listen to this all the time. He puts up clips too. Eventually he'll become a professional Joe Rogan style YouTuber and have a separate clips channel. But if you just go to watch the full videos, in particular, I'm not trying to say anything bad against Brody, but in particular the ones that aren't him doing something solo, you see there's a couple of solo episodes here, the ones where he has a guest, they are very interesting. He comes with a list of topics and that he wants to discuss, but he also allows for much free-form conversation, a whole lot of free-form conversation, which results in a lot of interesting conversation, and he has people who are technologically invested, interested in tech, etc., other Linux YouTubers on his channel as well. Again, for those of you just listening, I'm scrolling through right now. We have a video called Life of a Full-Time Indie Dev, featuring Tim Kreif, or Kreif, I'm not sure how you say that, Gaming and Online Nonsense, Library Odyssey and the Circus. Of course, that's Library Odyssey, the video platform. Videos like this where he's interviewing people who either work with these things or on these things, and it's, again, not trying to trash talk him in any way whatsoever, but I think this grossly undersubscribed channel is way better than his actual channel where he does reviews on tech-like things or goes on about tech-like things. Brian Clough, one of my favorite channels of all time. I've actually done videos that were just the actual terminal work. Oh, sorry, I'm on the wrong tab here. The actual terminal work of his of these videos. So Brian Clough is a gentleman from Arizona who he uploads every time someone posts something, he uploads how do I say this? They have like a Linux users meetup in Arizona, in Phoenix in particular, and every time he thinks to do it, he records these and uploads them. The quality is rather high, in my opinion. I won't play one now, but it's rather high, and it's on topics that people who watch my channel or who care about this side of YouTube will care about. So I'll read a couple of the topics now. Intro to GNU IceCat, Intro to Secure Computing, Introduction to Wi-Fi Hacking, Hiding from the Internet, Technical Debts and Digital Assets, and Introduction to Shodan is actually one that took off. That one got quite a few views. It's not normal. It's more likely he has fewer than 1,000 views for some reason I can't figure out. Intro to Cryptography, Parts 1 and 2, Introduction to Defensive Databasing. The point is, this is a Linux users group that is seemingly focused on cybersecurity and defensive cyber. Oh, here's a video on the fish shell. I haven't seen that. That's from 5 years ago. So he's been doing this for a while as well. But everything he uploads is incredibly interesting. It's a... oh, I should mention this now. I'm looking at this and I see that you can see which videos I've watched versus which ones I haven't. I have another couple YouTube accounts for different reasons. So if it looks like I'm just talking about this YouTube channel, even though I've only watched a few videos on it, that's not true, I promise. I haven't watched the fish video though I should. It's only 16 minutes. Anyway, these are all, the format for this is talks done by speakers who aren't Brian Clough. In fact, Brian Clough, I don't think, has ever presented on this channel. I haven't seen any of his videos. Now we're getting back into the time where I haven't watched anything. There we go. Anyway, interesting channel, well worth checking out. A lot of great information, and these are like, as best I can tell, people who are professionals, and they just are kind of doing this for free. To letting Brian upload them, record them, and upload their content for free. And finally, there is Bugswriter, who is my favorite YouTuber. He has 2.45 thousand subscribers for reasons that will never be known to me. This guy is, I love his content. It's the same kind of stuff that if you're on this side of YouTube, you've seen it, you've enjoyed it. It's stuff about, actually, that's what I mentioned before earlier. I want to record with FFmpeg, and he has a great video on doing screen and audio recordings with FFmpeg, which I loved, and I'm going to basically just copy that to get the next video out on OpenBSD. So for those of you listening, there's some videos we're scrolling past. Keeping my friends happy with Linux. Let's create a software manager for Unix. How to find commands you wrote in the past like a pro. Virgin YouTube website versus Chad bash command. That's actually his first. Oh, I didn't even realize this. I haven't scrolled all the way back on his channel. He only started 4 months ago. So this guy only started 4 months ago, and he's just totally embarrassing me with his subscriber count. So that tells you what I need to do, which is up my production value, up my content quality, and up my upload increments, or rather decrease the. Well, would that be? Doesn't matter. You know what I mean. Upload more frequently. I watched this Tuxie video. Excellent. Excellent, excellent stuff. Tuxie, the first one and the second one, great stuff. Check it out. Really good. Well, anyway, that's all I had to say. Like I mentioned before, I've been busy. Hopefully it's a little bit easier now, but wanted to call out some YouTubers who have kept me sane over this quarantine and over this semester. And you'll see more content from me soon. Thanks.